Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday. Saturday. Welcome to the weekend. Hope you're having some fun hobby activities this weekend. I will be living with my cards. What's day, which is no different than any other day. I did take yesterday. I Thursday I was like boom on it. I was like work focused for like 14 hours on Thursday. And Friday, I I just kind of I was still able to and here's the thing that I love about the Fujitsu scanner and Car Dealer Pro and my new way of being efficient using those tools to list on eBay. I really didn't focus much on eBay stuff yesterday, and I was still able to ship out 100 items, and I listed 3 or 400 cards on eBay, and I kind of just pissed the day away doing, random stuff. Took the dog for a walk. I was at the new house twice yesterday. The second time I rode my bike over there. My legs are in winter form still, which obviously because I haven't really done much. I got a lot of walking in down at spring training, but a lot of sitting in front of a computer all winter long. So it was just a 6-mile ride. Now there's also battery. The hills I didn't dare pedal the hills. Like screw it, put it in battery mode. So I didn't really do much yesterday. And I still did put quite a bit of work in yesterday, but not like I did on Thursday. So this weekend I'm going to be a little more work focused. I ended up, I thought I only bought 10 boxes of Bowman Draft, but I think, unless I miscounted, I think there's 11. I've sorted through 4 so far, and what I'm pulling so far out of the 2022 Bowman Draft, I bought the paper from about 15 cases earlier this week, and I'm pulling Jackson Holiday. We're going to talk comps today as well. His comps have actually gone up. I've sold, how many Jackson Holidays have I sold? Probably 50. And they all sold like really fast, and I was selling them between $4 and $5 a pop. Latest comps are around 6 on the paper base for Jackson Holiday. I was looking up some other stats. Elijah Green is having some good stats. Cole Young is like on fire in the minor leagues. So I tweet this out. It got some nice traction, and I've talked about using QR codes in the past for different things when it comes to cards. Yesterday, I was looking up stats like, how's Elijah Green doing? How's Cole Young doing? What is Jackson Holiday doing in the minor leagues? And it's really annoying. I have to whip out my phone. I have to go to MILB.com, type in the name, and then the stats come up. It's like, God, it's just, and then after I do Elijah Green, it's like, now I got to do Jackson Holiday. It's a little easier once you're there, but it's like, oh my gosh, I've got to look all these up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be putting these in team bags anyway. What if I just created a QR code and stuck it right on the team bag? Like so. And so that, I don't know, can you scan that with your phone? Here's the QR code. This will take you straight to Elijah Green's MILB.com stats page. And one would think, now, originally I had talked about using QR codes to slap them on the back of a top loader or team bag for comps. And you can do 130 point, or I think 130 point's the best, because eBay, I don't believe eBay will have updated. This will update, like you can just hit refresh. In fact, I think when you scan this, it'll automatically update to the current statistics. It won't be like, say I created that QR code yesterday. If I scan it in 3 months, it's not going to revert back to yesterday's stats. It'll be updated. And you can do that with comps. I think you have to do 130 point is what I had to do, because eBay, it'll be static. It's like a static address. So if you do 130 point, it's updated, or maybe you have to hit refresh. I can't remember. It's been a few months since I did that. The reason I decided not to do that with the Bowman paper is because you have to sift through a lot of Bowman color, Bowman chrome, Bowman autographs, and it's hard to just, even if you type in like 2022 Bowman draft BD23, sometimes autos and parallels come up. So that's why I chose just to do the stats. How are these guys doing? I want to talk about not minor leagues. I want to talk about comps as well. There was quite the tweet going around. It went hobby viral. Card Glory, I believe, was the account. Let's see. Let's get to the chat first, though. I'm going to bring this tweet up so I have it. Of course, StreamYard would have been nice to use. Where are we at? Oh, he did a lot of retweeting. He probably wanted his tweet to get buried. Jesus, he retweeted everything. There we go. So we've got that up. Let's go to the chat. Speaking of chat, before we get to the chat, hit up the Facebook group, Hobby Evolution Facebook group. We're at 171 members. I'm going to drop the link in the chat here. Boom. We've got some great discussion going on all throughout the day, not just in the chat here in the mornings with Hobby Evolution, but all day long. So check that out. We've got some scanner talk. We've got some eBay strategy talk. We've got sharing our store links. We've got other discussion. Matthew posted some things. He's got some really sweet framed jerseys he was showing off. Let's see. Just a bunch of good stuff. So check that out. Hobby Evolution Facebook. We're at 171 members. Keep it going. Let's hit 200 by the end of April. Terry, what's happening? Good morning to you. Good morning from the Crane. What's up? Red Light 34. Thank you. He says hit the like button. Hello from a rainy Minnesota. Jenny in the house. I think we're gonna get that rain tomorrow. That's why I know at least Sunday I'll be buried in my cards. I think today's the last nice day before we get that cold front coming in. I think it's going to touch 80 again today. It's been so nice the last couple days. So beautiful. And then we're going to get crap. I think we're going to get a mix of rain and snow tomorrow night. Not going to like it. Not going to like it. Brian Dean, what's up? Flawed Thinker in the house. Hall of Fame card collectors here. Dan, hello, Hobby World. Paul Carl Cards in the house. Let's see. Donald Davis, good morning. I just got the cards I purchased from you, the William Perry, Willie McGee, and Brett Favre cards. I would like to send some cards for your 1 million Cub collection. Thank you. I would appreciate that. I do have a bunch of cards still to count. I think my latest count, 886,400. That's my Chicago Cubs count. Paul, you're in. Now you're in. Paul is in. 172 members. Facebook group, Hobby Evolution. I need to count again. I've got just some random mail days. My Palencia, my Ethan Roberts, my other Ethan Roberts. Got a couple boxes that I haven't opened yet. So probably going to be closing in on 890,000. So pushing toward 900,000. I think 1 million for this year. That was my goal. 1 million. Ideally, my goal was 1 million Cubs cards by the National, so I could get that ceremonious 1 millionth Cub at the National. Don't think that's going to work out. By design, it's not important. So I'm going to focus on other things. So maybe next year, maybe Cleveland, the National in Cleveland. Hey, that's where the Cubs won the World Series. Why not get the millionth card? There's a nice storyline. You do it this year at the National, and it's in Chicago, home of the Cubs. You do it next year, it's in Cleveland, home of the Indians, now Guardians, where the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. Or wait another year. Why not? Why not stretch it out 2 more years and come back to Chicago at the National in 2025? So I'm in no rush to get to 1 million Cubs cards. No rush at all. I'm enjoying the journey. Jenny says oversaturation of card shows for buyers is a real thing. Absolutely. I know there's some areas that are starved of card shows. And there's other areas that there's just too many. I'm in an area where it's starting to get, a couple have been weeded out. But I've seen a few drop off, like, oh, they're not doing shows anymore. But there's still a lot here in Wisconsin and Northern Illinois. I think we had a discussion in a group I'm in about the Dallas area. And since the Dallas Card Show came in, there's not like small shows. And I'm not a multi-day. I will be setting up at the Midwest Premiere next month in a month from now, May 12th and 13th. It's a Friday, Saturday show this year in Loves Park. But I'm not a multi-day show. I'll do that one, but that's the only multi-day show. In fact, it's going to be the first multi-day show I've ever done as a dealer. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not a multi-day show guy. So if I was in the Dallas area, I think there's a need for single day, smaller shows, 100 tables or less shows in the Dallas area. And I think there still could be demand for something like that. Because some people don't like the gigantic 600 table shows with lots and lots of people. They want a little more comfort, a little less people. Dealers like me, I wouldn't set up at a Dallas. If we only had a multi-day show Dallas Card Show, I wouldn't be a dealer. I'd probably go every now and then, but it wouldn't be something that I would, be setting up at. Where are we at in the chat? I want to talk about comps. Red Light's working on a trophy for Name That Player. We've got to decide, and I think I'll wait till Friday. We have a lot less in the chat on the weekends. Fridays are free for all with Name That Player. We'll decide maybe this coming Friday how we're gonna do the standings and how long do we want to go? Do we want to make it play to 50? That's what we did last time. Are we going to play to 50 points? We're going to play it by quarter, by month. Dan went to the aquarium shop, bought some plants and fish, silver tip tetra. Very nice. Let's see. Jenny says, Red Light, I got a trophy from you for someone. I'll email you. Interesting. Bell Ring of Cards, what's up? Don't remind me that World Series was so painful. Oh, must be an Indians fan. Mookie, is the millionth card going to be a specific one? Do you have one in mind? I've got a couple in mind. And it kind of comes down to price. So I'm gonna cross that bridge. There's a couple in mind, and it's gonna be something like originally it was gonna be an Ernie Banks rookie card, but then I was like going back and forth in my mind. It's like I've got this really nice collection. I can't like hold off like the greatest Cubs card ever made and not have it in my collection because it's fairly easily attainable. And I did end up getting it through trade. It was a surprise also. We ended up doing a trade for it. And I'm glad it's in my collection and there's a great story behind it. But I do have, so I want to make the millionth card a little more rare and hard to find. That's why the National is going to be where I pick it up. Now, what if I hit 1 million cards in like December? Well, I guess I'm not going to have a millionth card that's special. I'll just have to like celebrate at the next National. Like, okay, I'm going to celebrate with this card. Let's see. Mookie. We just talked about that. Travis says, just curious, you're a Bears fan too. Do you collect those cards as well? And if so, how does it compare to your Cubs collection? Well, that's a great question. I love Chicago Bears cards. I just don't collect them. Whenever I see Zach and Porter's comment below, whenever I see their mail day videos of Bears cards, it's like, oh man, I want to collect Bears cards, but I don't. I keep it. I'm very focused on Cubs and Cubs only. But I do enjoy Bears cards. I bought the Green Bay card show actually is going on today. It was a show that I'd kind of like wavered. Am I going to go? Am I not going to go? Obviously decided not to go. I did the first show there last May and I picked up 3 monster boxes of like 70s and 80s Bears cards. And I got it for a great price, like $150. for the 3 monster boxes. And there was some good stuff in there. And for me, it was a lot of fun, like going through, seeing the cards, but then it was a lot of fun selling those cards as well. So I am a Bears fan, but I'm not a Bears card collector. Let's see. Zach and Porter say, I don't think the words too many and card shows belong together feel similar to throwing base cards in the trash. Any card show could be a kid's first time going, so it's worth the interaction. I'm going to disagree because there comes a time where there's just too much saturation. It's oversaturated. And what happens is it brings down the level of quality at a card show. And it puts dealers in a lurch to where, okay, am I going to do this show or that show or this show? I've got 4 options, which is good. It's better. Having 4 options is better than having 0 options. But at the same time, too much of a good, it's kind of like steak. I love steak. But if I had steak every day, I'm going to like steak less and less. And that's the same with anything in life. Too many of a good thing is not a good, it becomes a bad thing. So I think too many card shows is not good. We're getting to a point here in our area, in our Madison, Milwaukee, Chicago triangle, where a couple shows have fallen off, which is a good thing. Like, it is a good thing because having 3 or 4 card shows within an hour to 2 hours is not good. It's not good. Let's see. Undrafted player. Hello from France. Welcome. Just here about practicing my English and chilling. Awesome. Awesome. Love to hear it. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. Yes. 42s all around. Let's see. Happy Jackie Robinson Day. Check out Porter's videos on it. 2 parts. Dan says my softball team lost 12-11. Now 0-3 with a -5 run differential. Boo. That's a bummer. The Cubs won, beat the Dodgers. How about, I know we're only 2 weeks into the season. So April's, what's up, Kyle? Good Saturday morning to you. We have to take these things with a grain of salt. 2 weeks into the season, we've still got, how many games? 150 games, 145 games left. The Cubs won, big win at LA last night, beating the Dodgers. Where's my app? The NL West, man, and the Rays lost. Ooh. So the record stands at 13 wins, but now 3 teams claim that record. So the Rays are now a pitiful 13-1. In the NL West, I said there was going to be a logjam. Again, we're 14, 15 games into the season, so there's still a lot of time. So the Dodgers are now at 500. They're 7-7. The Padres are 7-8, and the Giants are 5-8. First place in that division, the West, the Diamondbacks. They're just a game ahead of the Dodgers at 8-6. The Cubs have now moved up to 7-5 on the season. So tracking the baseball closely. Didn't watch any of the game last night because it was a 9:10 first pitch. I hate West Coast games because I'm in the Central Time Zone, and 9:10 is my bedtime. So did not watch any of the game. Seiya Suzuki came back, hit a home run in his return to Chicago. Love to see it. Mookie says Dodgers aren't quite as good this year, and that was kind of my thought. I would have expected them to be. And again, we're 14 games in. I know people are screaming, they're 14 games into the season. Where's the schedule for today? What time's my Cubbies play today? Are you kidding me? Is it another freaking night game? Well, at least it's 8:10. At least I'll be awake. I hate night games. Stupid Los Angeles Dodgers. So I guess I'll be watching some minor league games today, whenever they play. Let's see. David, what's happening? Good morning. Usually don't catch the weekend streams. Let's see. Undrafted player says, more I see the SGC slabs and the more I like it, especially about the vintage cards, but not only. Very nice. Riggs, what's happening? Good morning. Just wanted to say, enjoyed your video on eBay selling with Chasing Cardboard. Very educational. Hey, you are welcome. Thanks for jumping on. Dan wants to know undrafted player. Dan, by the way, is in Korea. Undrafted player is in France. Worldwide here on Hobby Evolution. So wanting to know if undrafted player has a Major League Baseball team. Flawed Thinker, today is my son's first game of the season. Hopefully we go undefeated the right way this year. Very nice. David says, how do the Pirates and Cubs not play until the middle of June? It is a wacky schedule because now every team plays every team. So it's really thrown, I don't know what my thoughts. I don't know if I have a thought on that. Because on one hand, they're playing a lot of different teams. I don't know how I feel about the National League and the American League playing each other throughout the entire season. But I also hate, like, in the month of April when the Cubs have like 3 different series against the Brewers or Reds. So I don't know how I feel about that. Like, not playing let me just bring up the Cubs schedule. I'm just going to do this from a Cubs point of view. Let's see. Go to Cubs. Okay. Cubs schedule. So April, we've got the Brewers, Reds, Rangers, Mariners, Dodgers, Oakland A's. Then the Dodgers again, Padres, Marlins, Nationals, Marlins again, Cardinals, Twins, Astros, Phillies, Mets, Reds, Rays. Then we go into June, Padres, Angels, Giants, Pirates, Orioles, Pirates again, Cardinals, Philly, Guardians, Brewers, Yankees. I don't mind it. I mean, it's quite the change. Not playing a division team until June, and also obviously playing all of the American League teams as well. But I like it. I think I like it. Might as well. We ripped the Band-Aid off with interleague play, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Might as well play them all. Might as well just we've got the DH. So here we are. So I think I like it. Where we at? Let's see. My Metsies scored 17 runs as Oakland pitchers walked 17 Mets. Truly pathetic. The Oakland A's I'm shocked that they've won 3 games. I think they're 3-11 now. I'm shocked the Oakland A's, how did they win 3 games? They are like historically bad. Unbelievably historically bad. In fact, in fantasy baseball, I think it was Thursday, we had a light schedule on Thursday. So I was looking to just, stream some guys because a lot of my hitters had an off day. So I go into the player pool, and I'm like, Adam Frazier was available. Austin Hayes was available. And I'm like, shoot, they're playing the Oakland A's. And that strategy worked because they beat up the Oakland A's. Kyle says, maybe one day Ty will do a Midwestern chasing cardboard and call you in to look at a bulk collection. That's my dream episode. I'll have to talk to Ty about that. But I do know the guys at Chasing Cardboard get a lot of calls from Wisconsin. Ty and I actually talked about that before our last episode we did. And he said that he's like, hey, if we come across, if somebody reaches out, like, is it cool if I connect you guys? If you're interested in buying bulk? And I'm like, hell yeah, please do. Don't even ask. Please do. That would be the ultimate if we could collaborate and collide on a Chasing Cardboard Wisconsin episode. There's a lot. Wisconsin's an underrated hobby hotbed. There's a lot of history with the hobby here. There's a lot of great collections. My buddies over at Greenie Sports Cards in Ohio, they've come out to Wisconsin multiple times buying gigantic collections, like multiple U-Haul loads of wax and collections and stuff. So Wisconsin's got a lot of great stuff here within the hobby. Let's see. Jenny says Cubs play Twins in May. Brian Dean says, Bo, do you have any Jorge Soler Cubs rookie cards? Oh, baby, do I ever. Yes, I've got a ton of Jorge Soler, and I've got a lot of I have a lot of like really nice Jorge Soler stuff because there was a time before he went to Kansas City. or maybe it was his first year in Kansas City. He was like sucked. And so I was getting Jorge Soler stuff like super cheap. I have a really nice Jorge Soler collection because I was buying it so cheap. So yeah, I have a ton of autos, relics, RPAs, all kinds of good stuff. Let's see. And now I'm going to go back and apply the same strategy to Javi Baez because his stuff should be at an all-time low. Let's see. Undrafted player likes all the MLB teams, but my favorite teams are the Yankees, go Cubs, the Mets, A's, Dodgers, and Rangers. It's a change, but it will be fun to give each other a hard time when our teams play each other for the first time since we've known each other for 7 years. Never had our teams. The Twins and Cubs haven't played in 7 years. That seems hard to believe. Let's see. Flawed Thinker says, as a Nationals fan, I can't stand when they play on the West Coast. Oh yeah, even worse for an East Coaster. Yeah, you're even an hour longer. Any game starting after 7 is a no-go for me. I also work by the stadium, so going to games on my lunch break is a normal thing. That sounds like a dream. Sounds like a dream. Dan says, I was hit in the thigh pitching batting practice before the game and got a serious Charlie horse. That is not cool. Kyle says, I think cheeseheads are collectors, gatherers by nature. I'm 50% cheesehead. I think it's because what else are we going to do from like October through March? It's too freaking cold. If you're not on a snowmobile, you're stuck in the house. And I'm not a snowmobile. I'm not an outdoors guy. I hate the cold. So I'm going to be in the basement sorting baseball cards and hoarding. Bell Ringa loves Greeny. Greeny's awesome. Great guys over there. Kelenic home runs in 4 straight games. Nice to see that. Yes, and I've got to unearth. I've got boxes and I've got stacks. I've got 2 stacks of monster boxes about 5 feet high. And there's a lot of good stuff in these boxes. I know there's Wander Franco rookies. I know there's Kelenic first Bowman Chromes. I've got to find some of the Bowman collection I bought or bulk buy from last month. I know there's a lot of Bowman Chrome refractors. I need to find some Cole Young. He's like on fire. So I need to start digging in. That'll be a weekend project maybe. I'll get caught up on shipping today, do a little sorting later on today. Just heard that Tuesday, Luis Arraez was first in Marlins history to hit for the cycle. His cards have been hot sellers. Luis Arraez, I think it's Arraez. His cards have been hot. I've been selling a lot. And again, when I say hot, I'm talking $1.50 cards. I'm not saying like fancy $40, $50 cards. I'm saying base cards for $1.50. Zach and Porter says, trivia question, which Wisconsin high school did Kelenic play for? I'm going to say, was it Waukesha? Well, I think he's from Waukesha, but they probably have multiple high schools. I'm just going to throw out a direction. Waukesha East. I don't even know if that's a high school. I know Jared Kelenic's from Waukesha. I'm going to say he went to Waukesha East High School. That might not even be a high school. Let's Google it. Can I Google it as fast as Zach can type it? Jared. No, I can't even see the chat right now anyway. Kelenic High School. Jared, Robert. Hey, I was close. West. Jared Kelenic went to Waukesha West. Man. East or West? They sounded good. Let's see. Porter wasn't standing fully behind the net. Since a lot of flippers have left the hobby, do you think attendance will be less at the National or a bunch of looky-loos? I don't want bargain boxes to be 8 people deep at each bargain box. I think there's going to be... So let's talk about the National real quick. In Rosemont this year. They extend, so it's going to be the largest footprint of a National ever. I think ever. They added 200,000 square feet so there's going to be an additional 200,000 square feet at Rosemont at the Donald Stevens Convention Center. The last National there 2 years ago, 2021, was I think 450,000 square feet. So it's going to be 650,000 square feet. They advertised the Atlantic City National last year as 500,000 plus. Now, in my days doing working in college athletics and just knowing how they estimate square footage and attendance, it's usually a little more than that. So if you say 500,000 plus, it means it's like 500,001 square feet. So I'm guessing Atlantic City last year was 500,000 on the dot. So now it's going to be 650,000, maybe 600,000 in Rosemont. With that, I think attendance is probably going to be on par with what we saw in 2021, because while we have lost a lot of flippers, I think we've gained in the last 2 years a lot of collectors, whether they're flippers or not. I think there's about the same amount of people in the hobby today as there was during the boom. So I think it's going to be attended as much as it was 2 years ago in Chicago, but there's also an additional 200,000 feet. So maybe it spreads the crowd out a little better. Because I mean, that's a big 200,000 is a big increase of square footage. So to your question, Randy, I think there's going to be the same amount of people, but I think it's going to be spread out a little more. But bargain box people are going to bargain box. So, in 2019 was my first national, and it was starting to get like, there was buzz. Like I heard a lot of people in 2019 say, this is the best national in a long time. And there were a lot of bargain box tables that were, 8 people. So I think bargain boxes are still going to be, in fact, bargain boxes at shows that I've attended over the last 6-8 months have been pretty full. A year ago plus a year to 2 years ago, there were a lot of slabs. I want to see slabs. I don't want bargain boxes. Now people are like, I don't want slabs. I want bargain boxes. So I think we're going to see much of the same in terms of crowded bargain boxes. Zach says Porter got hit in the head by a soccer ball with the same scenario just outside the net. Ouch. Let's see. Answer: he attended West, but played only travel ball. Never played high school ball. Interesting. Jenny says, trick question. Victor is listening in from an IHOP in Peru. Now, he's not in South America. He's in Illinois. Peru, Illinois. That's in my old neck of the woods. I grew up about 30 minutes from Peru. Going back to 8th grade, Kellenick determined that he wouldn't play for his high school team at Waukesha West, instead opting to play for the Rawlings hitters out of nearby Caledonia. Interesting. I bought a ticket for the National. I will probably buy another. Another ticket? Why would you buy 2 tickets? Unless they were just day passes. I still have to buy my VIP. VIPs, of course, I said this about Super VIP, like, oh, it's not going to sell out till May or June. And guess what? It sold out in January. And here I am having to pay for parking at the National. I might have to do the parking trick to save a few bucks. The CTA parking lot just down the street, it's probably about the same distance walking from the CTA parking lot to the venue as opposed to the parking garage in the venue. And I think it's about half the price of parking. I think parking at CTA is like $8. Parking in the garage is $15. So I might do that this year since I didn't get the Super VIP. Let's see. Zach says, therefore, Jared played his amateur ball at a brick warehouse close to our domicile. Very nice. Good morning, Dan, in the house, listening from work here at the food pantry. Scanned and uploaded to Card Dealer Pro 2,200 cards with my new system last night. Excellent. Zach says, now I get it. We don't need more shows, just bigger, more expensive shoes. Got it. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Here's the world's smallest violin playing just for the lost flippers in the hobby. Jenny says, isn't VIP for National sold out? Super VIP is sold out. VIP still available. Day passes. Gotcha. We'll probably want to go 2 days to see people and not find any Burleys or Japanese cards I need. By the way, have you been remembering to call jury duty? I don't need to. I was not, didn't have to report. What is the difference between Super VIP and VIP at the National? I had a friend of mine on Blowout offer me a VIP this year. So the VIP is I don't even know the price. I guess I can let's Google it right now. I should probably just buy it right now. National let's see, sports card convention. Straight from the horse's mouth, nsccshow.com. We're going to go to purchase tickets. Here we go. So the VIP package is $169. The Super VIP, I believe, was like $250, $275. Maybe it was $269, which is sold out. So the VIP ticket provides entrance for one person to all 5 days of the show, including the Wednesday night sneak peek. VIPs also receive an exclusive VIP gift package, 12 selected free VIP autographs, a half-hour early admission each day, use of the VIP lounge, and additional benefits, which I don't know what those additional benefits are. Let's see. So that is your single regular VIP, and that's only available. Super VIP is sold out. That provides entrance for all 5 days of the shows. Your VIP gift bag, you get 2 of everything as opposed to just 1 of everything in the VIP package. You get autograph tickets to all 18 VIP signers. The VIP signers are, not very, it's not going to be like the big names. It's going to be like Rick Russell and names like that. Same half-hour early admission, VIP lounge, additional benefits. The reason I like the Super VIP is it's nice getting 2 of the gifts in the gift bag, but I like the parking pass. You get a parking pass with Super VIP, which if you're there all 5 days, that is $75. So that's why I'm going to be parking at CTA, because I don't have a parking pass from the Super VIP. So that's the difference between Super VIP and regular VIP. Let's see. Where are we at? Zach says, Dan, our goal is to attend Saturday just to meet people. Scotty Dubs, good morning. What's happening? It would be great to get together at the National. Would love to meet everyone. It sounds like everybody is going to be there on Saturday. So I think we'll try to do something Saturday, maybe late afternoon. If that works for everybody, we'll try to find a somewhere to like meet up nearby. It's really hard because it's like every venue is like packed around. So as it gets closer, we'll try to decide a time. I know most of you, a few people are not on Facebook, so we'll maybe do a poll on Facebook and here on Hobby Evolution in the chat if you're not on the Facebook page, and we'll try to find a date and time that works in a space that we can all meet. But it looks like, I think Saturday, I think that's kind of the consensus of when most people are going to be at the National. Because I know a couple people that are in the area are only going 1 or 2 days. Zach's going to be there. Zach and Porter will be there on Saturday. I think Dan's only going a couple days, so hopefully we can all make Saturday work. Let's see. Jenny says, I thought it was like call every day to see for that day. That's how they do it here. No, it's just you're selected for a week. So I was selected the week of April 3rd. I think that's when the Monday was. So you're supposed to call, which I failed to do, on the Friday before the Monday. And they say, oh, there's no trials next week, so you don't have to report to jury duty. Yay! And that's it. I'm done. So I like that. I would not like your Minnesota way of jury duty. Let's see. Frank is the bailiff, so he got out of it. Let's see. Dan says, great. I'll make sure to go probably Friday and Saturday. Very nice. Victor has to get his ticket. Sheena in the house. What's happening? He's on his way to Green Bay. Tell everyone in Green Bay I said hello. Dan says, how many cards do you expect to buy at the National? I actually don't go in with I don't go in with like, I want to buy X amount of cards. And this year I'm not targeting any like Cubs. The last 2 nationals I went to, it was more of a Cubs, I think in 2021, I was more focused on buying Cubs stuff. And I had a budget, and I think I was like right at the budget of what I spent. I bought a lot of like pre-war stuff. But I also, went to the singles club, and I was able to, the super VIP. I think I paid up, I think I paid for basically my trip by reselling the VIP stuff, the autograph tickets and all of the VIP stuff. The VIP lounge has some free autograph guests on that Wednesday. I sold a couple. I got 2 autographs there, sold those for a little price. So I think selling just the VIP perks, I was able to pay for most of the trip. And that includes the super VIP pass, my hotel, and probably, some of the tolls and gas. So I was able to pay for most of my trip. And then, gravy on top. But I spent a lot on Cubs cards. 2019 was kind of a mix. I didn't buy too many Cubs cards, but I did buy. I spent a lot of time at the singles club and bought a lot of stuff to flip. So this year it's going to be more flipping, more inventory stuff. But I don't have I'm not going in saying I need to buy collections in bulk and this and that. If the opportunities present themselves, I'll be a buyer. But if not, no sweat off my back. I'll be spending a lot of time at the singles club. Let's see. Where are we at? Bargain Boxer. Randy says Shoeless Joe's is where I usually go to meet up with guys from Blowout. Yes, Shoeless Joe's is actually, that's where we went. I met up with my buddy Quincy and his wife and one of his buddies. I think that's where we met. Shoeless Joe's. What's the name of that? Schiller Park. Shoeless Joe's Ale House. I actually like Shoeless Joe, and I was surprised, and I don't know if this was with you, Randy. We went in there, and I think it was on Thursday. No, it wasn't Thursday. Maybe it was I think it was Friday. We went to Shoeless Joe's on Friday after the National, and it was like dead. I was shocked. But the other place I like actually better, Shoeless Joe's actually probably would be the best place to have a meetup because it's just a mile down the road in Schiller Park. What's the brewery? Short Fuse, which is I think it's just like across this, like one block over, but it's just a few doors down. Short Fuse. They have a great menu. They have really good beers. But they also have I think they only have their own beers. So maybe Shoeless Joe's is the way to go. So if you're into beers, but not into craft beers, you'll have your pick of the domestics. So I think Shoeless Joe's, Randy. So I point to Randy. That's a good, Shoeless Joe's would probably be the best. They've got and it's not just it's not a bar. So, well, it is a bar, but it's not, kids are allowed. So it's not like it's an adult place. It's a bar restaurant. Let's see. That would be a good spot to meet up. Let's see. Zach says we could meet at the O'Hare Hilton, which is famous for what? I don't know that. O'Hare Hilton. I do not know. Dan knows. George, what's happening? Wait, I think I'm wrong on my trivia. Was thinking OJ. Wrong one. Dan does not know. He's trying really hard to think up. It was the O'Hare Plaza OJ checked into, now the O'Hare Hilton. Interesting. Dan has to dive into work now, but just wanted to remind people to hit the like button. Thank you, Dan. Hit that like, subscribe, join the Facebook page. We're at 172 members in the Hobby Evolution Facebook group. Link is in the chat, also in the description. Let's talk comps. There was quite the viral tweet yesterday. I think it actually was, it was tweeted Thursday night. But it got most of its traction yesterday. 370,000 views on this tweet. That's viral in the wrong way. It's one of the worst ratios it's probably the worst Twitter ratio in hobby Twitter history. What was the, let's see. 300 and set, what was it? 300. Damn it. I clicked out of it. Now I got to scroll down again. This ratio is of epic proportions. 252 comments, only 51 likes, and 92 quote tweets, basically saying this is the dumbest take ever. So it's Card Glory. If you're selling a card and see an eBay comp for $100 and use that to charge $100 here, meaning Twitter, you are trying to rip the buyer off, whether you realize it or not. eBay has fees. If you sold that card on eBay, you'd get about $87. That's the comp. It's an $87 card, not a $100 card. No, that's a terrible, terrible take. That's wrong. It's not just a terrible take. It's just factually wrong. Because the buyer, let's just say there's no sales, because on eBay, there's sales tax. Let's just say you're in a sales tax-free state. So you're paying $100 on eBay. You as the buyer are paying $100. You are paying $100 of your money to buy said card, not $87. Now, the seller is receiving $87 because there's fees, because there's a service provided by eBay, which it's going to be around $87. Say there's free shipping and no sales tax. So we'll just use those static numbers of 87 and 100. The comp is 100, not 87. Somebody spent 100 of their dollars to buy that card. That does not make it an $87 comp. That's just absolutely wrong and incorrect. He got roasted. In fact, the best part of it was people were looked at his eBay store. He sells on Twitter above comps. Let's just find an example. Oh, somebody, Muffin Sports Cards goes, is this you? So he tried to sell a Jordan Love green mosaic 10 5 days ago for $80. There was a comp like the same day for 30 cents. Well, after shipping, $41. So he was trying to sell something that sold on eBay for 40 on Twitter for 80. The same guy that was tweeting on this. So hopefully it was a joke. But it was it's the comp is what the buyer pays for it, not what the seller nets. And I think so many people just comps, for some reason, comps is such a divisive concept in hobby Twitter. I don't know why. My wife's in real estate, and I hear the word comps just in overhearing her phone conversations. I hear the word comps in terms of real estate a dozen times a day. It is what it is. And in real estate, there's no complaining over comps. People don't, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. It's just, it is what it is. And the real estate market's about as volatile as the trading card market. A comp is a comp. And there's correct ways, just like in real estate, like, and you can like come up with the market's ultimately going to decide, is that a good comp or not? And here's a perfect, my own home that we sold, this house. We went and did a market analysis and came upon a price, and it was kind of like on the optimistic side, and it hit the market on a Tuesday afternoon. Didn't have any showing requests, didn't have any calls. My wife didn't receive any calls about it, just asking about the property. So I was getting, and I'm not in that, I'm not in real estate, so I don't understand how it works. So it gets to Wednesday evening. So it's been 24 hours. And I said, man, I'm surprised we haven't got any showing requests. And my wife said, so I said, well, when do showings typically get scheduled for a listing? And she's like, well, usually 24 to 48 hours before the showings are scheduled, which would have been Saturday. It's okay. Friday. So Thursday and Friday. So we're good. So then Thursday morning hits, still nothing. And I'm like, well, have you had any calls from realtors? No. I'm like, okay, that's concerning. So that morning, Thursday morning, we dropped the price And all of a sudden, she gets like 2 phone calls, like boom, right away. And we had 12 showings, I think, on Saturday. We had 4 solid offers. 2 others wanted earlier closing dates, which we don't want because we need to move into our new house. And we ended up getting significantly more than our revised price, but a little less than our initial sale price, list price. So it was right in the middle. It was closer to our original list price and higher than our revised list price. So the market reacts, and that's kind of like in cards. If you list a $75 card on eBay for $100, sometimes that scares people away, and they're like, I'm not gonna do it. But if you list a $75 card for $75, and all of a sudden, or 80, say 80, and you can field offers, and you might get that 80. You're not gonna get more than 80, like in that. I guess that's the good thing about selling homes. You can get over ask, which tends to happen frequently in today's real estate market. A friend of mine recently had listed a card, and it was a really nice card, and he had run an auction at a high starting bid. Didn't get any offers, no bids, and people are turned off on eBay with high auction starting bids. 7-day auction. Did it again, lowered the price by like $100, still nothing. And I'm like, it's either with auctions, you've got to roll at 99 cents and take your chances. Otherwise, just do buy it now and take best offers, because those high starting bids are going to scare people off. Guess what? He ran and my thought was, okay, let's just throw out numbers here. Just list as a buy it now for your starting bid. List that as a buy it now starting bid, X amount, say it's 600. And here's some comps. Like, it's nowhere near 600 on the comps. So take anything 400. I'd take any offer 400 and up. And runs a 99 cent auction. Guess what? It sells for over that $400 mark. So sometimes you just got to take a chance. If you don't, and that's what I love about eBay, is it doesn't have to be one way or the other. You have options. And so if 99 cent auctions scare you, they scare me. That's why I don't run them. I hate auctions as a seller. Now, if you're DC Sports, they've got a huge following. I don't. Most of us don't have huge, probably none of us watching or listening have huge followings that make 99 cent auctions worth it. So you have that option. Run a 99 cent auction. If you don't care what the final hammer price is, run an auction. If you're scared of a 99 cent auction, do a best offer, a buy it now or best offer, and just collect offers. That's my preferred method. So that's my comp talk this morning. I found that rather humorous. And I saw that yesterday morning. I think I was eating my breakfast, and I'm like, this is a dumb take. This is a dumb take. Let's see. Paul says it costs Panini less than a penny to print most cards. If they charge more than a penny per card, Panini is ripping people off, whether they know it or not. I was about to counter that, but I know you say that tongue in cheek. Hobby Twitter is a strange beast. It sure is. Sometimes I just need to take a break and step back. There's a lot of times where I'm much better now than I used to be. I used to just over engage. And now it's just like, I think about it and I just put my phone down. Don't react. Let's see. But sometimes you get in a mood and it's like, no, get on your keyboard and type away. Let's see. Jenny says he was getting roasted for his Jordan loves he has for $90 that sell for $55. Andy Mack says, Paul, I'm not saying they're not making money, but I'm pretty sure their costs are higher than that's. And that's exactly what they're spending more than a penny per card after licensing and printing and man hours and all of that stuff. Apple to apple comparisons happen in every market. Maybe stop saying comp and say apple to apple. I love it. Happy Saturday, Brian. What's up? Andy Max says, I just had a Wander Chrome rookie of 5 as a buy it now with offers for $6K. Never got an offer over $1.5K. Decided to run a 99-cent auction. Gulp. Ended up selling for $3K. I hate 99-cent auctions. Hate them. Absolutely hate them. Good morning, TD Sports Cards. I love them as a buyer. I should qualify it. I love auctions as a buyer because I can get good deals. And that's why I hate them as a seller, because other people get good deals, like Paul, who's in the chat, got some great deals. Although I'm struggling to sell. Maybe Paul paid market price for all those basketball cards he bought from my auctions, those relics and autos, because I've got a whole bunch in my eBay store still, and it's like I can't drop the price too much because then I'll lose money because I've got to ship them in a bubble mailer. So I maybe at the Midwest premiere next month, maybe I'll get because I think I have a box of still a bunch of those and just be like, screw it. I'm just doing $2 autos and relics. Low Rollers in the house. Did you watch Run Good Life? How to price ComC price. He's making more ComC videos. You should. I'm not going to do that. I've sold like 3 now so far. I'm financially ruined from those. Well, fortunately, you only spent like $40. So I'm never going to finish. What was Tiger King? What was that? I'm never going to financially recover from this. So that's what I had for today. I'm just going to be shipping the rest of the day. I'm going to do some sorting, get those Bowman drafts sorted. I think I've sorted 4 boxes. I think I counted. I'm pretty sure there was 11. I thought there was only 10, but I'm like looking through it. I had like 5 other boxes, in my car, but I'm pretty sure that, I counted 11. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, which I think I'm going to end up based on it looks in the first 4 boxes. I averaged, because Jackson Holiday, that's the one that's the highest seller today on the first Bowmans from Bowman Draft. I'm averaging about 16. Actually, the average through 4 boxes is 16.5 Jackson Holidays per box, which would put me at, if there's 11 boxes, I think 180. What's 16.5 times 11? 16.5 times 11, 181.5. So there's going to be a half a card somewhere in there. So 175, 180 maybe on the Jackson Holidays. So I'm happy with that. Let's see. Zach wants to know what Low Roller's been buying this week. Low Roller wants some fantasy baseball updates. Jenny says, count the boxes in the photo. I can't do that because I had 5 boxes already in the car that were not the Bowman draft. So I think the bottom boxes were all like, I just didn't get those. Like those were my quarter boxes. And so I was like, I had like 20 in there. And so I was moving those into the house, and then I was down to like the last 5, and I'm like, screw it. I'm only buying like 10 boxes. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that Hobby Evolution Facebook group. We've got some great discussion. What's the latest in our... Oh, I always click the wrong button in there. So latest discussion, most relevant. We want new posts. So we've got Kevin talking about scanners. He's looking to get a Fujitsu. Somebody said they use the Epson. John says, does anyone else feel cheated when your eBay sale is silent with no cha-ching? That's a bummer. Let's see. Ken says, yep, I feel like Bo is stealing all my sales. Let's see. Tony shared something from a book. Very cool. So there we go. Kevin's got an update on his trunk haul. So check it out. Hobby Evolution Facebook group. Link is in the description and in the chat. eBay link, also my store in the description to this video. No shows this weekend. I'll be in Janesville next weekend, next Sunday for the Janesville card show. I'll have my quarter boxes, probably have a couple new boxes that I'll be bringing to Janesville. The following Saturday, we're 2 weeks away from the Madison card show. Saturday, April 29th, already sold out. Waiting list has started. getting pretty deep, actually. So Saturday, April 29th, Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Free admission, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Following weekend after that, I'll be in Dallas for Collecticon. I'll be talking about technology in your business with the guys from Collects. Looking forward to that. And then let's see. I don't think I have anything the following weekend, but the South Bend Cubs are going to be in Beloit, so I'll take in at least one South Bend Cubs game, maybe go to two. So that's what I had for today. I will be live tomorrow morning for Hobby Evolution Sunday edition. So we'll probably go on between 8 and 9. I think Uncle Rich is on Hobby Hotline later this morning, so check that out over on the Bench Clear Media channel at 10 o'clock Central. Have a great Saturday, and we'll talk to you Sunday.